and I'm going to start. Last week we learned about text features, and I was wondering if someone would be brave enough to tell us what were some of the features of nonfiction text that you learned about last week. Cameron? Labels, excellent. Anyone else?
Glossary?
Glossary, great. And where is the glossary found? Is it at the beginning or the end?
At the end.
You are absolutely right. Corwin?
Maps.
And maps? Index? Wow. You remember what comes in the beginning? The table of contents. Can someone tell me, there was a question on the pretest that said an index was used to figure out vocabulary words. Put your thumbs down if you don't think it is used for vocabulary words, and if you think it is, put your thumbs up. I don't see everybody's thumbs. Thumbs up if it's vocabulary index, thumbs down if it's not to figure out the meaning of the word. I see some up, I see some down. It's actually thumbs down. Remember that for the post test. The index is words where you can look where you'll find them in the book. So they don't. Right. The glossary tells you the meaning of the words. The index is just to look up. If you're reading a book and you want to find out what page they talk about snakes and it's about a lot of creatures, you could look in the index and see where snakes is and then find the page number. So that will be on the post test. So you guys seem to remember a lot of the text features, and today we're going to look at text structures. Now, in fiction, you were using a graphic organizer to go through the structure of fictional text. You were looking at story elements, the character, the setting, the problem, the solution, all the elements of a fictional story. But in nonfiction text, it's not as simple, because there are 5 different structures. And we're going to do something different today. The teachers are going to rotate around, and each one of them is going to represent one of the structures, and I myself am going to be one of the structures. I'm the first structure. I'm called description or descriptive text. So after we complete our round, and each teacher will be at your table about 10 minutes showing you that particular text structure, you will be playing a matching game together. Concentration, when you turn over the definition of the structure and the structure itself and have to match them. So that'll be the final fun activity. So now I am going to introduce you to the first text structure, descriptive text. So let's see if I can project. Lift this out here. I'm going to read this passage, and I'm going to think about it, and I'm going to show you how it is a description of something, and how I would determine that as I'm reading. Because if you know what the structure of the text is, it makes it easier to understand and predict how it's going to flow, and to pick out the important information. So, this is called Gregory, and boys and girls, listen carefully, because you're going to have to help me pick out the details and the descriptive pieces about Gregory, and you're going to see who Gregory is. So, it's projected up here, and you also have the passage. So, Gregory is my beautiful gray Persian cat. So this is about a cat. He walks with pride and grace, performing a dance of disdain as he slowly lifts and lowers each paw with the delicacy of a ballet dancer. Oh, so they're telling me a lot about this cat. I think this is a descriptive passage. It's describing something, and it's giving me details. His pride, however, does not extend to his appearance, for he spends most of his time indoors watching television and growing fat. Oh, I guess this cat is pretty fat. That rhymes too. He enjoys TV commercials, especially those from Meow Mix and 9 Lives. His familiarity with cat food commercials has led him to reject generic brands of cat food in favor of only the most expensive brand. So here's some more details. This cat likes expensive cat food. I better be working 2 jobs to feed this cat. Gregory is as finicky about visitors as he is about what he eats, befriending some and repelling others. He may snuggle up against your ankle, begging to be petted, or he may imitate a skunk and stain your favorite trousers. Ew, yuck. Wow, that's some detail. I don't know if I want to know that detail. Gregory does not do this to establish his territory, as many cat experts think, but to humiliate me because he is jealous of my friends. Ah, that's an interesting detail. This cat is actually jealous of the writer's friends, of the narrator's friends. After my guests have fled, I look at the old flea bag snoozing and smiling to himself in front of the television set, and I have to forgive him for his obnoxious but endearing, which means lovable, habits. So after reading this passage, as I was reading it, I determined it was a descriptive passage. The format of it, the text structure, is about one particular thing, in this case, the cat called Gregory, and it gives us a lot of details about Gregory. So if you're reading this type of passage, you would use a graphic organizer, which would suit your purpose, which in this case is a wheel. And the children often use this when they're writing, don't you? You put your topic and the sentence in the center, and then you write details that you're going to write about to help organize your thoughts. So this can be used for reading or writing. So in this case, I'm going to think, what is the topic? And what is the topic of this piece? All right, one word. It's about a cat, and his name is... Yeah, so just real simple, it's about a cat named Gregory. And please excuse my cat named Gregory. All right, so that goes in the center, and now I'm going to look for some details. I'm going to say, this piece tells me a lot, so in the very first sentence I see he's beautiful, and he's gray, and he's a Persian cat. So right in the first sentence I have a lot of details. So I can write he's beautiful, gray, and Persian. My handwriting. Right. And let's move on. Can someone tell me another detail about Gregory? Go ahead. He's growing fat. All right, so I'm going to put fat. How come he's so fat?
Because he stays indoors watching television.
Wow, he's fat. Sounds kind of lazy. Lazy, likes TV. All right, I think you got the idea, so I would underline that. Where is it? He enjoys TV, and he watches TV, and he's growing fat. So you have the passage, so I think you have the idea. So I'd like you to look at the passage and underline some descriptive details and insert them in your Venn diagram now. And then I'll call a few people up here to do this job since my handwriting